Bogdan Mărgineanu. He's a biomedical scientist with 13 years of experience in research institutions worldwide, including Germany, Saudi Arabia, the UK, Ireland, Austria, and US, Switzerland, and Romania, of course. He's currently a postdoctoral fellow in cancer neuroscience at the Francis Crick Institute in London. 2018 Lindau Nobel Laureate Meetings alumnus. He co-founded the Lindau Mentoring Hub and founded the Biomentorhub, which I hope he will speak about today. That's why I was reflecting to this being complementary to Krina's presentation. It's a non-profit organization dedicated to mentoring young scientists and innovators in life sciences from Romania and other countries with less developed research ecosystem. His scientific work is complemented by a deep commitment to fostering innovation and supporting the next generation of researchers and entrepreneurs. He's the co-founder of OneHealth Incubator, the first community-driven biotech incubator in Romania. He will also be joined by Rotaru, a neuroimaging scientist at Columbia University in New York City, specializing in brain chemistry research. She earned her PhD in neuroimaging physics at King's College, London, where she investigated neurometabolites in humans and animals using magnetic resonance and resonance spectroscopy. I will provide further information on the chat. I'm also introducing Mihaela Madaras. She's holds a BS in degree in chemical engineering from Universitatea Babeș-Bolyai and PhD in chemistry from University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. She's an innovation and sustainability expert at Sun Chemical Corporation, where she leads an R&D team dedicated to developing novel products for the color industry. Recently, she obtained a professional certificate in sustainability from MIT, enhancing her capacity to address environmental challenges in the chemical industry. So please welcome the Biomentor Hub with their presentation, advancing the life sciences innovation ecosystem in Romania by leveraging diaspora expertise. Welcome.
Now, do you hear me?
Good.
No. Thank you everyone for joining our Biomentor Hub presentation today. For the next 30 minutes, we are going to discuss about advancing the life sciences innovation ecosystem in Romania by leveraging diaspora expertise. And let's start with a few introductions. I am Rotaru, Vice President for Entrepreneurial Initiatives in Biomentor Hub, and today I will discuss about our NGO, Biomentor Hub, the general overview, projects that we completed, and our future endeavors. After my presentation, Mihaela Madaras, my colleague, who is Vice President for Diaspora, is going to take over, and she's going to introduce you to For Biomed. That is one of our latest events and projects as well. And last but not least, Bogdan Mărgineanu, who is the President and founder of Biomentor Hub, and he will discuss about OneHealth Incubator, as Theo mentioned as well. A few more details about Biomentor Hub. The NGO was established in 2020 by a group of young Romanian researchers and professionals as well that believe in the value of mentorship for education and for students. Currently, there are two main directions within our NGO. One is education and mentorship, and here our mission is to create career and personal development opportunities for Romanian youth interested in life sciences and medical research. The other direction is entrepreneurship, and here we would like to bridge the gap between research and entrepreneurship in biotech and medtech fields. Now, you can see that both directions have a common intersection point, and that is biosciences and medical research. And that is mainly because most of the mentors in our network, if not all of them, including us, the members as well, we work within these fields, hence this direction for our work. Now, let me tell you a bit more about education and mentorship projects. And here I'd like to mention the Mentors Network. Then we also had Biomed, a scientific writing contest, science communication contest as well, like FameLab and Games of Science. We also had coffee chats and get up-to-date sessions that are more informal and aim to help young stage researchers as well. And last but not least, the Biomentor Hub magazine. And now let's take them one by one, and let me a few words about each of them. The Mentors Network. On our website, biomentorhub.com, you'll find there a mentors page where we gather information about several specialists in the field. And for each of them, we provide a brief bio where they describe their experience, their training as well, and their expertise area. We also list the location, education, and areas of research where they activate. And probably the most important thing, we provide an email address where this person agreed to be contacted by potential students that are interested either in the career path of that person or specifically their research or institution where they activate. At the moment, there are 53 mentors from... Yeah, back to the Mentors Network. There are 53 mentors from 12 countries, and as you can see, there are universities that extend well beyond Europe, reaching the States as well, and even Japan. The other initiative, Biomed, that is an essay for scientific writing, a contest where we invited high school students and undergraduate students new innovative ideas about how to improve the life of human beings. We started with 6 cities, Timișoara, Cluj-Napoca, Târgu Mureș, Iași, Bucharest, and Constanța. And for each city, we had 1 high school and 1 university in the first session in 2021. However, at the second session, we reached universities and high schools beyond the borders of Romania, in Italy and Republic of Moldova as well. There were about 150 participants in the first session, and we approached almost 300 in the second session. We also had sponsors. We provided prizes in cash and books and scientific magazines as well. The other project, well, other 2 projects actually, focused on FameLab and game science initiatives that are both centered at science communication among high school students and undergrad students as well. FameLab, some of you might know about it, the British Council initiative. It had a lifetime of 10 years. We helped organizing the last 2 sessions of FameLab. People are trained to produce a scientific speech where they describe their research work, and then the aim is to convey that message to the audience. We also helped transit FameLab from the British Council format to Games of Cities today as well. And it is very similar to the original format. It just has a few more stages where people kind of fight in scientific speeches. And this project is handled by Ada Rossetti, and it's still going yearly in several universities around Romania. And coffee chats and get up-to-date sessions, these are more informal, coffee chat is actually a more informal session where people meet questions about either the career path, the challenges that people faced when moving, I don't know, to another country, another institution as well, and how they managed to deal with the stress and that comes with academic relocation or simply academic research that has to be done within a certain time frame. The other project, Get Up to Date, offers the chance to find out about new equipment, new resources, new programs as well. Very valuable project for early career researchers or students that are will enrich their portfolio when it comes to research projects or research information. And last but not least, the BMA. This was an initiative started a few years ago, and we had a few issues of our magazine as well. There were scientific articles describing scientific concepts in a easy. We had here, for instance, participants from Biomed, the writing contest that had their in the BMH magazine as well. We had here contributors from both within the network and outside. And another initiative called With the Science in the Ears, and this was also aligned with the BMH magazine idea. And now let's move on to the other track of our work, and that is entrepreneurship. And here I would like to mention diaspora for Biomed UK, that is a biotech medtech entrepreneurship project, and for Biomed USA. And who knows, maybe future initiatives are with someone from here, as Stella mentioned at the beginning of this presentation. Okay, let's talk briefly about Bionetwork. This is turn this down a bit. I don't know if you hear it, but it's going to run in the background. Bionetworking Diaspora was an event that took place in the UK about almost 2 years ago. People from the academic environment and research field gathered, and they found out about the challenges and the opportunities that are available to them within Romania, especially, but also in the UK. And from when a lot of researchers realized that they can transit their research from the lab bench to a product or to a service that will be useful directly to a human user. And this was also our next endeavor, and that is for Biomed. With For Biomed, our mission is to create a community that unites the Romanian diaspora under one vision. We aim to provide an ecosystem that offers meaningful connections and also access to resources such that any entrepreneurial initiative doesn't die, as happens usually within those 99% of attempts. And For has gathered together a number of people, 65 members to be more precise, from 5 countries, and we are still expanding the community. This is an early initiative, so bear with us, and probably within a few years you'll see us growing even more. If you're interested in joining our community, please use the QR code on the slide, and you will be able to join our community that at the moment is hosted on LinkedIn, but with our collaborators, remain on to have a dedicated platform and actually to establish this as a standalone community. We aim to have in the community not only researchers or entrepreneurs, but also IT people, healthcare specialists as well, law specialists, or ethics as well. So we are very inclusive, and we aim to get as many people interested in entrepreneurship as possible. And the first For Biomed event was UK. Here we had people meeting came up with startup ideas, and they worked together in groups for a few hours. Then they started to pitch their ideas as if they were founding a new startup. A very good experience for us to gain insight into the appetite that people have in research fields to actually do something with research, to bring the research much closer to the user. And after the event in the UK, the event in the USA took place actually was about a month ago, and my colleague Mihaela is going to discuss in more detail about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll start sharing my slides in just a second. Now if you actually can see them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as Diana said, we had this event under the umbrella of for Biomed. We organized an event at Brown University on November 15th. We had some partners that supported us in that, and including Romanian United Foundation. To advance these. Okay. In the agenda, interesting presentations, but I just want to highlight a few of them after we learned about the biotech and medtech entrepreneurship status in Romania. Probably one of the most interesting parts was startup stories by Romanian founders. We invited different startups and their founders to present their story. Now, it wasn't a pitch, it was a more learning experience for the others. We had the cat health company, Alex Voda, presented their work on extending feline longevity. They're based in Oxford. Horea Sedlacek, who has a startup that develops therapeutics for extending synapses life. He's based in Bucharest. Stefani Dia with Palm Health, and they're developing something extremely useful device for monitoring hormonal levels. It can be very, very helpful in all types of situations. Cristiana Banila with Mitra Bio, she's based in London, and she is one of the Forbes 30 under 40 in Europe. Her company is developing epigenetic tests, cancer detection. And we also had Vlad Vitok from Maya Biotechnology. It's actually a more advanced startup that is listed on New York Stock Exchange. And drugs for extending life of cancer patients with very difficult types of cancers to treat. So we had a variety of startups, and we have learned tremendously from them. They also had the chance of getting feedback from some of our more experienced guests. It was definitely a very enhancing and a highlight of our program. Just to show a couple of our distinguished guests, we had Mark Crow from University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, who's extremely experienced in translational process of ideas from universities into startups. Michael Rosen, who is the director of the Helix 51 biotech incubator in Chicago, as I mentioned. Vlad Vitok. We also had Rafaela Nitsa from ARPA-H. She is extremely experienced in programs, important programs in life sciences are funded here by the United States ARPA-H agency, and learned a lot about fundraising process for startups. Another just recent event that was a Start in Biotech micro bootcamp for professionals who wanted to come from another industry into biotech and think about creating their own startup. We had a team here shown here that organized this. It was a 4-day event online, and just a highlight of the agenda. A couple of things. We really wanted to introduce here the basics of biotech entrepreneur business. Finding funding in biotech, and especially important paying attention to the regulatory space here. That is probably one of the biggest challenges in biotech. And also, with pitching and networking, are very, very important aspects of entrepreneurship. So just to wrap up, so a couple of people that participated as panelists here. Martin is the creator of the Creo Incubator, and we actually used their platform for the strengths 30 under 30 in Europe, and an Eddie Fisher Nobel Fellowship awardee. Christiana is one of our members. As I mentioned her, she also participated in at the Brown University. And we also had Cosmin Gliga. He's from Galway, Ireland, very experienced in bio-innovation, contribute with his feedback in this micro boot camp, as we call. And I think I will now invite Michael to Bogdan to present the last part of our presentation, which is going to explain our next activity that we're focusing on. It's a OneHealth incubator that we want to create in Romania.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mihaela, and thank you, Theo, again for this invitation. I'll be very quick. I'll just take 5 minutes to go through this. I hope you can all see my slides now and also hear me properly. Yeah. All right, so OneHealth, first of all, why OneHealth? We think OneHealth is a concept we all need in tackling the most challenging health-related issues we have nowadays, and also think about prevention and not only about treating and focusing on treatment. So the concept of OneHealth brings together human, animal, and environmental health all together, again, in our own perspective, with the aim to tackle challenges which also stem from climate change, from overuse